Before Coach starts, I'll just give you an update. Kent State won, which means we will host a game here Monday night. We don't know who yet or what seed exactly, but we will host Monday night. It'll be dollar night as well, dollar tickets. So it's a 7 p.m. start time. So, Coach, if you want to open up.
And to God be the glory. Every good and perfect gift comes from the Father of heavenly lights, and I thank you for his awesome love. We struggled defensively in our zone. I didn't think we were as sharp and as energetic as we've been, but we kind of had some peaks and valleys, but at the end of the game, we closed it. And every game you play is not going to be your best game, but there's some point in that game where you got to close. And I think we finished with 6 out of 8 stops and doing the stretch, and we outscored them, I think, 7-2. And our, D. Brown, Jordan also made big shots, and we got stopped. So it's always on senior, when you're on your seniors, it's always can be an emotional day. This time of year, we all got a lot to play for, and I knew Miami's tough. They're tough. They're gonna come to play, and they're gonna come to play. So this was a big win. This was a big win for us. And, our guys, they stepped it up at the end. I'm happy for them.
Questions?
Coach, would you talk a little bit about your seniors in those final 4 minutes, and not necessarily just D. Brown's shot? You get a steal from Thomas, he takes a charge on the, I mean, your seniors stepped up in the final 5.
No question, no question. And, we have some seniors that I think, in terms of leadership and really embracing their role, Scott and Dee have grown this season, not just over 4 years, but they've grown this season. And they've grown towards the end of the year. So, and when I look at guys like Austin and Jordan, those guys, they're on the court in the games, and they've made big plays and big shots. So, their experience is almost like a secret. So all this is a part of their growth, and I thought it was our older guys, our upperclassmen, that made the play, and I thought Cam did a pretty good job controlling the middle. He needed his size in his zone, but I give Miami credit. We go up 12 and they come back going 14-0 run and take the lead. So, you got to play for 40 or more, and we had to do that tonight.
Coach, what was the key to that run for Miami?
Well, we didn't score. We needed to keep the scoreboard moving. Whether it was missed shots or a turnover, and they were making shots. Combination of the two. And again, our zone slides weren't great, and then we played a couple of possessions of man-to-man, and that didn't really change things. So we had to go back to our zone. And to God be the glory, our guys stepped up and made some shots. And, that was big.
When you talk in particular Jordan's three to kind of stop that run, and not only, it turns the scoreboard, like you said, back in your favor. And it didn't hold, but...
No, it was a big shot. Every basket did. We needed to score. We went on the drought. They got back. They got the momentum. And that was a big shot. Jordan, against Miami, man, he shot the ball great, man. Down there he was 10 for 13. Here he's 6 for 9. There's something about, man. I believe, I know he knows their staff and their players, and he's from Cincinnati, so it's probably like, playing home a little bit. But, he's very efficient offensively against them, and we needed him to play well. He did.
Coach, with the MAC tourney right around the corner, how big do you think this win is after weathering like that 14-0 run? Showing the adversity of your team. How big do you think?
Winning close games is huge. I think for us, our veteran guys, they've shown confidence and really a certain toughness. D. Brown, to me, he saved his best for last. His last, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 minutes of the game were his best. And we needed him, we needed him. And he stepped up for us towards the end, and, we needed him.
Coach, I asked you about Jordan's three. Can I also ask you about D's three? Because that was the one that gave you, well, it didn't give you the lead for good, but it...
Kept the scoreboard going and got us back in the lead. It's always good to see you make a shot to get back in the lead, especially threes. And D hit a pull-up in that stretch too. That was a big shot. I think that helped stretch the lead. But, every basket is big then. Austin hit a tough layup around the basket. I think Jordan made a nice post feed. Every hoop is big. And, for us, those guys are the guys we go to, D hit some big shots, but he's capable of doing it, and that's my expectations of him and, our veteran guys. It's their time. It's their time, and they're capable, and, it's great to see.
Will you also, Coach, talk about him taking a shot? I don't have the exact math here, but I think he's 1 for 6 or 1 for 7 for the game when it takes. I mean, will you talk a little bit about that shooter's mentality? You've got the shot has come to him at a key time.
About D?
Yeah, for D.
You know what? He's one of those guys, I think he kind of relishes that, and it may not always work out, but he's a guy that wants to be in those positions. He's not afraid of that, and at first it comes with courage. And he's a worker, and I think he has a vision of himself, doing good things, and he works at it. So, he's not afraid of that. He's not afraid of those moments, and even if it, he's 3 for 9 from the floor, and before he hit the last, probably he hit one layup. That was his only other score. He hit one layup. So he had 2 big shots and some free throws. So D. Brown, he works at his game. He's confident when it comes to those situations. You need that as a senior because you always got a chance to make a great play, and you got to keep that courage. You can't back off of it, and we need D. We need D to make those shots. So, and he's got to have the courage to take them regardless of what's happened in the past. You got to believe you're gonna make the next shot.
Coach, you lost to Akron and Buffalo earlier here at the Star by 2 and 1 point. Would you say, I guess, just you went for them in those games, just paid dividends against UT a couple weeks ago and then again tonight against Miami?
I think you can grow from every game. I'd rather grow from a win than a loss, but that's basketball. We don't have an undefeated team in this league, so you got to be resilient. You know, that's one thing in life and in basketball. You got to keep playing. You know, you have to be able to persevere. You know, and in my life, I've learned that and you know, and I pray for that strength. You know, I ask God to give me the strength to persevere and endure. Because I know it's important. Because you're gonna fall down, you're gonna get knocked down, you're gonna miss a shot, you're gonna lose a game, but you got to get back out and you got to be resilient. And you got to forget what's behind you, and you got to move on to what's going on and what's ahead of you. So all this is life lessons for our guys. They may not see it now, you know. They may look at it as this is basketball, but it's a life lesson. You gotta endure. You gotta persevere. You gotta bounce back. You gotta be resilient. Basketball teaches you that.
We talked with Scott Thomas the other day, and he said the only Division I school that recruited him was BG. Could you tell us what you and or your staff saw in that kid that the other Division I schools did not?
Well, I'll tell you what I saw, and it's obvious that you know, that happens, that other people missed out. You know, and to God be the glory, because you know, it was our game. You know, but for one, you know, you like his size and his length and his athleticism, his activity. You know, you don't get many true 6'7" wing players, perimeter guys. You know, you convert them sometimes. You get a 6'7" guy that plays inside, and you try to convert him to an outside guy. But Scott had very good length. He was a true perimeter guy. He's a high energy guy. He could score, and he had good athleticism. So you look at him, you know, you don't see 6'7" wings like him all the time in our league, true wings, you know. And then you knew he had a work ethic, and he's a good guy, high character guy. You know, you like his motor. It was a lot of things I liked about him. Only thing, you know, sometimes people, I mean, he kind of built like I was. You know, he was a thin guy, wiry and thin. But he had a big heart, and he didn't play, you know, he played strong. You know, he didn't play, I don't know what the right word is. You know, he just played strong, stronger than he looked. He played stronger than he looked. But, you know, it's a credit to him, the all-around player that he's become. You know, because I knew he had a motor, I knew he had a chance to score. I knew he had a nose for the ball. You know, I knew what kind of worker he was, but all the other things he's become, you know, that's a credit to him.
You good? How nerve-wracking is it to play against a team like Miami that just can't seem to find a way to win, but they're in a death match, it seems like every night. They're right there and have a chance to win.
But you know what, you expect that. You know, when you play Miami, they're going to defend you. You know, they're going to try to. I mean, they do a good job of influencing the pace of the game. They're going to defend you. They're going to play regardless of whether it's home or away, or they up 10, down 10. They're going to play. They got a great player in Mavunga. You know, and you know, if the game is close, he can win it for them. You know, and then they're young guys. You know, Harris and Sullivan. You know, they're growing as players, and Rollins, and you know, they're young in other areas and they're getting better. But when you got a great player like Mavunga, if you keep it close, and you know, you got a chance to make the plays, you know, to win the game. So it's a credit to Charlie Coles and his staff, because you know what you're getting from them. They're gonna guard you. They're gonna be tough. Whatever adversity, you know, it doesn't matter. I think a couple of years ago, They had a guy who I thought was might have been the toughest guy in our league. That broke his hand or something. 6'5" kid. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's
Inside
a wing
guy.
Huh?
Inside guy.
But he's a wing. But he got hurt, and they didn't miss a beat. They had other guys step up. So, you know, it's a credit to Coach Coles and, you know, the foundation of his program. They're gonna guard you, they're gonna grind, you know, they're gonna play solid basketball. And they're gonna always give themselves a chance to win. And we'll have some credit to Coach Coles and his staff.
Good. All right. Thanks.